Gunnersaurus had finished his celebration dance. I'd screamed at the top of my lungs by that point. The music for Freed from Desire started. It was like, no. And I was like, no, not again. I do.
You just have a soft spot for every team.
I don't. Not every team. I don't care so much for... Oh no, who don't I care for? No, you're right, I do. I just don't, I don't like people losing. They're lesbians, Stacey. Welcome to All the Queer Some Ideas, Season 3, Episode 9?
It must be 9, no?
9?
I'm
Is it
almost certain.
9?
Welcome back.
Apparently we are, so at the moment there is currently, is this the one Champions League game on? It's the Chelsea,
no, there's like
St.
4.
Paulton game. Is there?
Yeah.
I'm only getting notifications for one on my watch.
Oh. There's definitely other European team ones.
Oh, yeah, 3 on at the moment. I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to.
And then there's games tomorrow as well because Man United are playing PSG.
Ooh, okay.
The big return.
Well, I'm feeling very out of the loop. I don't know why. I keep forgetting that when the games are away to actually look them up, and I'm not.
Because Chelsea are in Austria right now.
Is that where St. Paulton is? I don't know.
And I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that until I saw Chef Jodie's, shout out Chef Jodie, cooked for us once in our kitchen as our claim to fame. She posted a story set of Millie Bright's tea bags. It was like a little pot and it said Millie's Yorkshire tea bags.
Yeah, I did see that.
And she said they've made it all the way to Austria.
I do love that we have one thing in common with Lucy Bronze and Millie Bright, and that is that Chef Jodie cooked a meal for us.
Chef Jodie has cooked for both the Chelsea team and us in our kitchen.
Which essentially means that we have the diet of elite footballers. That's how it rounds off to me.
And
this body,
like,
body
tragically, I was out that night, so I actually didn't. I went to my parents and my mom cooked for me, so I didn't actually eat the Chef Jodie meal, which was really nice. I think I tried a little of the pasta when I got home, but...
You didn't. I ate it all.
Oh.
I think you ate a little bit whilst you was cooking, and then you went, and then
you
I had a 2-person.
Hey, why not? It's not often.
I've got no regrets. I don't regret it.
It's not often that we cook more than like salad and protein. Look, we're not chefs. We never claim to be.
Just trying to get by.
Although that leads me nicely into our sort of what have we been up to, like catch up that we do at the start of every episode.
What have we been up to?
What haven't we been up to? Where have we been pretty much every morning?
Katie's gym bunny.
Look, well, can I get the record straight?
She's become a gym head.
Can I set the record straight? I am not a fan of the gym. Me and Jim, not friends.
You've not really crossed paths that many times.
We've not crossed paths that many times. But I thought to myself, I want to be hench. Like I keep deciding, like I want to be like swole, and I want to like be able to be like. Look, I've got a tiny bit of definition.
Look at that bull.
I am a bit of a cardio person, so I'll run home from work. Which is quite far. I'll run all around the place. I'll run lots. Cardio, great, but it's not building the muscle that I want to be like.
No. When we moved house, I was very much in charge of the heavy boxes.
Yes, I have and I actually said this to you on our first date, I have no upper body strength. I actually didn't say no, I said poor.
No idea what you were saying.
And you thought, no, this is the irony. You thought I was bragging. You thought I said I've got pure upper body strength.
And I was like, ooh, what a cocky thing to say on a first date.
It's abysmal. My upper body strength is abysmal. Really bad. So I have been going to the gym. We've been trying to
remember that so well.
So then what came in the post on Sunday?
You are one of them people who cannot just do something by half. So you've been to the gym 3 days in 1 week. Sunday, she's ordered a 10 kilogram box of protein, pre-workout, creatine gummies, a new shaker.
No, look, we had been taking the creatine gummies because you keep saying you're letting them run out and you're not reordering them. So I have been better at reordering them, but I did.
But you are an all the gear.
I am an all the gear sort of well, some idea. You're teaching me.
I'm teaching you, but right now you've got minimal idea.
Yeah, but I'm all right with admitting that because I just make you go to the gym with me and then I get you to tell me all the things. So it's working out for me.
I'm a good teacher, I like to think.
You're very patient with me, and that is kind of
sell it.
That's kind of 90% teaching is being patient. So
you'd know.
we've got all the stuff, and well, the part of the reason I got the protein shaker was so that I wasn't always stealing yours. So I was actually thinking of you. Wow.
You were so keen as well to point out to me that yours is in fact better than mine. So,
well, it's metal, so it's just like a little bit classier, you know.
Chelsea have just scored again. It is now 3-0.
Oh, I just saw that somebody said Chelsea have got a pen. Does that mean they converted it? Is your watch telling you that?
That means that they've converted it. Yeah. Whoops. Maybe giving that away before the game.
Maybe the live is slightly lagging behind the actual what's happening in real life.
So sorry to everyone I spoiled that for. Sorry.
Yeah, you've just spoiled that for Jen. She says, I'm behind.
Anyway, so let's go on to the scores on the doors. Hot off the pitch, what are we going for?
Well, actually, before we do hot off the pitch, I just want us to shout out the local pitch because you did the FA Cup and plate draw yesterday. You and Kia wore the same outfit. And
so funny.
One
of those moments where you could not plan it. I was classic 5 minutes late. Walked in the door. Kia's already sat in the seats when we record it. She's sat in her armchair, and I looked at her, and I've still got my coat on, so she doesn't quite know that I'm dressed exactly the same as her. I looked at her, and I was like, "Well, we are in
one of us is going to have to change."
And unfortunately, it was me. But it was great. Even the hair, it was like we'd exactly.
I know it.
It's like we'd messaged
hadn't
before.
Planned at all.
I know, because I would not have planned to do that.
No. But it did result in some good content. It did result in some good TikToks. So
hey, everything's
we all
an
appreciate
opportunity.
it.
Get it wrong, got to be strong, got to stick to it.
Yeah,
but yeah,
exactly.
So
you got to just follow through.
On Sunday we went to Maidenhead United, which is our local team. Finally got down to the game, and I feel like we are a little bit of bad luck because they did lose. They had a penalty shootout, which gave me stress. Why did it give me stress? Because what shirt are you wearing? Sweden gives me flashbacks to Sweden penalty shootout, Spain penalty shootout. The Euros stress and horror immediately sent me right back.
Yeah, I hate the penalty. I actually spent most of the penalties turned around and getting you to describe to me what's happening. I just can't. I see after the Euros, before penalties, fine. After the Euros, where we were subjected to penalties like every other match, I couldn't do it anymore. So I simply said, do you know what? It's not a bit of me, and I'm just going to opt out. But unfortunately, because it was a plate game, Maidenhead unfortunately went out. That meant that when you were drawing the numbers and the names from the bag yesterday, you drew Moneyfields, which is who beat them. And now they're playing London City Academy.
I can't remember. I drew so many.
I think they're playing London City Academy because I saw some people in the comments being like, "Oh, I hope Moneyfields pull home." And then they pulled an academy team, which means they will play home because
they will play home. Yeah.
So
no, it was a really good game. I was gutted that Maidenhead lost because the game that they did play was really good. Like honestly, get yourselves down to some local games. It was so fun, and even the penalty shootout. This is what reminded me of the stress because remember when Beth Mead took the first penalty for. Was it Sweden? She took the first penalty, and then I
went to the shop.
Spain.
So I don't know.
It was either the final or the Sweden penalty shootout, and Beth Mead took the penalty, and then she'd touched it with her other foot. So then she had to take it again.
It was, yeah,
Which one was that?
I remember it. I think we were there. I think it was the final.
Was we there? Was it the
Yeah,
final?
because I went to the shop during the Sweden one, so I wouldn't have seen that, but I remember seeing that. It was the final.
It was the final, so that was the final, and then take it all the way back. So that is the Euros final. That's as high as it's going to get apart from the World Cup. This was Maidenhead versus Moneyfield in the Women's National League plate, I think it was.
Yeah.
And the first penalty, she takes it. It was a stunning save, but she was off the line. Yeah. And it got to be taken again, and I was like, oh my God, flashbacks. It was like taking me back. I can't do it. I can't take it.
At that point is when I turned around and I thought, no.
I don't want to watch it. Don't want to watch it. Don't want to watch it.
Don't want to see it.
Everyone's saying it was Spain.
They don't want to see it. Yeah. But
it was good.
Good match. So get yourself to a local team, support your local team if you are able, especially because you've drawn some more, so it's heating up now and it's getting less and less teams. And we are going to go to the next one, which is January the 11th. I think that's a Sunday. So if anybody has a team still in it, like their local team or just like a team they support, doesn't have to be local, let us know. Why should we come and see your team? Why should, I mean, it is you and Kia who are actually doing the draw stuff, but I will be chaperoning. So why should Ali, Kia and me as a chaperone and maybe her family come and see your team? We are willing to travel.
We do. We have cars. We don't use them. Well, I don't use mine as much as I should.
I use mine quite a lot. In fact, I use mine so much that when I went to the garage to do my air and my tyres today, I was gripped and gagged.
Cooped and gagged. I didn't want to say that it went up to 4-0 for Chelsea just now after I just got told off for giving away the score a minute ago. But the goal has been corrected. It is 3-0. The drama of what was going on in the Chelsea game is not that dramatic.
I think that's a nice segue into the drama.
The great robbery of
the
Saturday.
Drama.
Oh my God. There has been some great robberies in the past few months. And there was one that I was particularly on the side of those who were robbing. That was the Louvre. I am not on the side of the robbers this time. That ref.
No, because the robbers came from just down the road.
Other side of town.
And they were wearing blue. And they
But were they the robbers?
To the Emirates.
Were they the robbers or were they just the bystanders? Because when that goal was being taken off, I didn't see any of them doing anything but going.
Did you see?
I wouldn't say anything.
Did you see that the referee of the match posted? She went on her Instagram. Oh no! Did you see this?
No.
She went on her Instagram. She posted a story like the end of the weekend.
Was it?
And it was over bedroom. It was over bedroom.
Is there a Chelsea poster?
Chelsea bed sheets. Chelsea bed sheets.
Oh,
she had a signed Chelsea ball. She had a big flag on the wall.
You had me. I'm so easy.
You know what? I was brewing that.
I was no. She didn't. She wouldn't have posted that. Did she not put that? Did she put it down?
Well, she thought,
I'm such a div.
They've won it now. What are they going to do? Shoot me? I doubt it. I have to catch me first.
That's what she was saying. Honestly, I wouldn't want to be her. When she was being booed, all three of those officials being booed off. I can't believe I fell for that either. I know, bad day. Actually, I can. I'll fall for everything.
Actually, I can't. Yes, gullible. Absolutely can believe that you fell for that.
I do.
This one is quite gullible.
It's not gullible. It's trusting. I want what you're saying to be true because how fun would that have been if that was true?
How scandalous would that have been?
Imagine that actually being some decent news. But no, I 100%. There was two robberies that day. One was the fact that my bottle of Oasis Light cost £4.75 in the Emirates. Not over it.
That was like a metaphor for the whole day because I was already dick turpining.
Honestly, the second we got in there, I was like, I've been robbed. And throughout the game, that feeling only developed. I got robbed again and again and again. There was 3 robberies.
It was daylight robbery is what it was. And I am wearing the Sweden shirt because I have
Christina.
A very close fondness for Emma Stina Blackstenius. And she's one of my faves. And she really got the worst, to be honest. Now, honestly, I've heard a lot of people say, it was be a goal kick and not a corner. I don't care. That girl
Did
did
two
not do a
wrongs make
handball.
a right? No.
Also, it came off Lucy Bronze quite clearly because when it happened, I said, "Oh, Lucy Bronze is raging." You can actually have me on video saying that.
I have that on video. You do say that, but you say it really like Lucy Bronze is raging. I can't even do it.
I said it pure Irish.
You were so Northern Irish. Please, can you do it again for the audience?
Stina, you know what? Stina is such a player by the book, except for when she's offside. But Stina is such a player by the book in this goal moment that she throws her arms back so that there's not even a doubt that her arms could have been in the way. And also, hello, the handball rule actually states. Want to tell us what it actually states?
I don't want to state it because it is what got me banned from. It got me into the whatever the last pundit standing thing up, the standoff in last pundit standing. Because turns out I don't know the handball rule. And I'm not over it.
Isn't the rule? Correct me if I'm wrong. That if the ball hits your arm in a natural position, it does not count as a handball. It is only if you use your arm to knock on and affect play. Tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody,
I think that's true because I think if you fall down and then, for example, you fall down, but naturally your arm is right and it like rolls off, then that is allowed. I think because you've not like put your arm in the way. It's like I fell.
If she was to have gone like this, boop. Okay, fine. But she actively went boop. Which I know, I can see that, it was to stabilise her, but it was also because she's amazing.
But it was actually
not a single Chelsea player.
That's what's sad. Not a single Chelsea player. Absolutely correct. Not a single Chelsea player. They all were
like, okay.
But then you have to say, if I was a Chelsea player, you wouldn't have any, like, I absolutely wouldn't go like, oh no, come on.
True.
The opposite, like, the opposite team saying nothing means that they agree it was a goal.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not throwing hands and they agree it's a goal.
The time in which it took the ref, who also, again, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, unless it was a lines person, which it would have been the lines person on the other side who would have had a clear view of Stina. Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was the lines person on our side. Because you know the way they only do half the pitch?
Yeah.
So, if it was the lines person on the other side, would have had a direct eye on
She'd have had a better view
that it hit her midriff or wherever. If it was the ref did not have a clear visual view that it was a handball and therefore cannot call it on speculation. Get me the ref rule book. Get me a red card. Get me on the pitch. Now watch somebody be like, actually, Katie, but you know what? I'm okay with being wrong. You might not think it. And I always say, I'm okay with being wrong. I'm not. Like, classically, I'm not.
You are not okay with being wrong. I am okay with being wrong. You are not okay with being wrong.
No.
I'm pretty good at this. Really, I am often wrong.
I find it, look, I'll be honest, I do find it hard to be wrong.
Right, and this here, Gunnersaurus had finished his celebration dance. That's how long it went before she took that goal back. I'd screamed at the top of my lungs by that point. Literally got the footage of the man behind us pointing at the board going like, no, look. And I was like, no! I can't. But you know what's worse? The second one that got disallowed, the Frida one, because what was actually so funny, the music for Freed from Desire started, it was like, no. And it stopped it. And I was like, no, not again.
Yeah, because you have a video of us celebrating and then you can see me go, it's offside. And then also I'll go, it's offside. It's like if you slowed that video down, it would be comical because it was painful. Now, I've also seen some arguments that WOSO was offside for the goal of hers that did count. And there's been some commentary that Frida Manham's goal wasn't offside. It was like a hair's width of a margin. So, should it have been 3-1 potentially. I at least think it should have been 2-1.
Yeah. It's one of them things where and I'm going to say something really controversial because you shouldn't think like this as a fan of that team. But I actually loved that game. And I know that, and I don't think that I would have loved it as much if we'd have just left with a straight 3-1 win. I don't know. Maybe I would have done because there's obviously that rivalry with Chelsea, and it's always great when you beat not only
and giving them their first
table, but
loss.
also the Chelsea. Yeah, that'd have been okay. Fine, stunning. I would have loved that. But it felt for a while. The past few Arsenal games that I've been to have lacked that buzz. Like we've been in the Emirates, and I've felt kind of like nah when I've left. Whether that's because we drew or just the general style of play. But I left that, and yeah, we drew. I still felt full of life. Like it just was. It was
a
fun.
really, really fun game to watch.
Yeah,
it was like everything you wanted, like the drama of it all.
Yeah, the only thing that we wanted more of would have been if they scored one more goal. If we had those 2 disallowed goals and we still won anyway, that would have been the cherry on the cake. Because we but like, I just think that this is why I love that I have these emotions in it. It didn't ruin my day that these goals got disallowed. Like, it did a bit, but it didn't like ruin my mood. I left and I was like, oh, it was so fun. And I know now everyone wants VAR, but I don't know if I do.
Well,
controversial.
This is what I... Do you want to finish hot off the pitch, or do you want to go straight into...
Finish hot off the pitch and we'll go back. But yeah,
we'll finish
restart that later, because I got thoughts. I've been thinking.
There's been a bit of an upset at the top of the table, because who's now top?
It's Man City.
It's Man City.
It's Man City.
And who came to save the day for them?
Bunny Shaw doing a classic. For the listeners, a dolphin
You
style.
read me out a really fun stat about her earlier.
I did. I read it great. So in the league so far, the WSL, she has had the most shots with 33, but also fun. She has won the most aerial duels. Also, 33. I believe.
Aerial duels. It makes her sound like a knight.
Bunny Shaw, the master of the aerial duel.
I love that.
I'm obsessed with that. Why are we talking about how many shots she's made when she's got aerial duels?
She could be dueling.
She could be dueling. Is it duel? Is it a duel or a jewel?
A duel. A duel.
She's dueling.
So she's...
I don't even know what that means.
Duel, like, dueling.
Yeah, I know what that version means, but what does the aerial duel of football mean? Does that mean she's won it?
It means she's won the most balls in the head. In the air. Aerial air.
Oh, does it have to be her head for it to be an aerial duel?
No. It just means in the air. So, when they do like a free kick and like some players might jump, obviously you're going to want it to hit your head because otherwise you're hitting danger zones.
So she's won the most like when the ball's been in the motion, not been on the ground.
In the air.
Okay.
Not just in motion,
aerial duel.
actually in the air. That's an
Thank
aerial
you to
duel.
those who helped. An aerial duel. Love it. I want to be a master of aerial duels. Duels?
Well,
I don't know.
You could be in netball because you could jump.
I think they're almost always aerial duels in netball.
I think they are probably, because football is classically played on the ground. So it's more surprising when it's in the air and not at people's feet.
But actually, Bunny, this season, I too have more than 33 aerial duels under my belt. So is your stat that big? Yes, it was netball.
But are you joint top scorer in the WSL?
No, I'm not. But love the 2 players that have it are 2 of my faves. Love Bunny Shaw, love Mallard. So winning.
Happy days.
Neither of them play for Arsenal.
Bunny Shaw's goal has put Man City on top. So now we've seen a little upset in the table. Man City have won their last 5 matches. Chelsea have drawn some, including Arsenal. So we're seeing a little bit of upset in the table, which is not a bad thing.
So what is it now? Man City, Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Spurs.
Arsenal, Spurs. Now, Spurs and Arsenal are on the same number of points, but Arsenal are ahead on goal difference.
So the interesting thing about that one is that although Arsenal, this is my very everybody follow, because this is going to be a roundabout way of saying something that's not that interesting. Stay tuned. So Arsenal and Spurs didn't
Nice
play
way to
each
sell
other.
it.
No. But London City Lionesses played Spurs, and at that point,
Yes.
Spurs were ahead of Arsenal on the table. But it was two goal scorers from London City Lionesses who used to play for Arsenal, Nikita Paris and Freya Godfrey, who scored them goals that actually made it so that Spurs dropped below the table and Arsenal went up. So now Arsenal are above at number 4 and Spurs are 5. So technically, it was a London derby, the North London derby without Arsenal actually.
Are you trying to say that it was insider trading?
Maybe.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not saying it, but
old habits die hard.
Old habits die hard. And you know what London City did pretty well? Their counter-attacking style was dangerous, so Spurs kind of felt that. And also, scored an own goal. So
who scored an own goal? Do you know that? Nope, never mind.
I know Tinka Tandberg scored a penalty.
Tinka Tandberg?
Tinka Tandberg?
Who scored the penalty? Tinka Tandberg.
Tinka Tandberg.
Tinka Tandberg's up there.
So Spurs fought, but just not well enough. But Spurs are playing Arsenal this weekend at not the Bedpan, not at Tottenham Stadium. They're playing in their Bournemouth, their version of Bournemouth.
What's the Bedpan?
Well, because it looks a bit like a bedpan.
The stadium?
Yeah.
Oh, is that why Amy called it the toilet the other day?
Yeah.
Oh, I did wonder.
Oh, well, I'm guessing
because I didn't get it.
We also have a stadium in Ireland that looks a bit like a bedpan, and that's what. Yeah.
Is a bedpan like you thinking like what the Victorians used to pee in?
Yep.
Okay. I thought that was called a chamber pot.
Oh well, we can't all be very posh like you who live in Windsor.
You think I had a chamber pot?
Yeah, because in Victorian times, hear me out. If you were rich,
I didn't live there in Victorian times.
If you were rich, you had a chamber pot because your chambermaid would come in and empty it. If you were poor, you were all using the jacksie down at the bottom of the garden.
I think a bedpan is when they used to put coal into a pan that had a lid on it and they put it in the bed to heat the bed up. That's
It's
a bedpan.
not what you pee in?
No. You pee in the pot because you don't have a pot to piss in.
Yeah, but what's it called?
A chamber pot.
Then what? Yeah, which is what we're...
You said a bedpan.
Oh, a bedpan. Right, okay. I don't know.
Apparently that's not a bedpan.
But people are saying that you're wrong. I know I'm not right, but I know that you're not either.
I often am wrong. I'm stepping back. I don't know the answer. I'm taking it back. I don't know.
I'm seeing a lot of Katie's is right, and that's the way I like it.
Oh, fine.
Hey, I am who I am. We've had
Can we
some
go
draws.
to
We didn't
what my
just
favourite
have
draw is? West Ham.
Absolutely. No longer. They're still bottom, but they're no longer pointless.
I'm happy for them. I was hoping that they would get a goal because it's just not nice for them to be bottom and pointless the whole time.
It's not. And you know what?
And
Until the
Liverpool got their first point.
97th minute. Until the 97th minute, West Ham were winning. And then O'Brien came in and scored in the 97th minute of extra time.
Would that have made any difference to the table? Would they have then been...
Yeah, they would have been still bottom and pointless. Unless Liverpool... Oh, no, sorry. They would have,
if
they would have gone above Liverpool.
Yeah, who were they playing? Leicester. If Leicester hadn't have scored, if Shannon O'Brien hadn't have scored, then they would have gone up one and they wouldn't have been bottom or pointless. Now they're just bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless Liverpool won their game, which they could have done because, again, an equaliser in the 93rd minute by Rosa Kafaji.
Ah, Rosa.
So both waited until the game was over, until regulation time was over, waited for extra time, and were like, now we're going to shatter West Ham and Liverpool's hopes and dreams.
Rough.
So,
but again, I do hope that, I do sound like a little sympathiser with everybody, but I do hope that Liverpool start to get a few wins But I can't say that about every single team. I do.
You just have a soft spot for every team.
I don't. Not every team. I don't care so much for... Oh no, who don't I care for? No, you're right, I do. I don't like when people are losing.
You just want everybody to have a good time.
I don't, because I love it when we win and then people lose. I do wish everything was a bit more shifty. I do. I do wish that more teams at the top were being challenged.
Yes, I wish that too. I wish there was a little bit more moving and shaking.
But then I wouldn't wish that if I was a Chelsea fan. So,
but I do think that this year will be the closest in terms of like a title race with the Manchesters and Chelsea. Now,
yeah, more like three
crucial
of them in the race rather than the two.
Is the Manchester derby this weekend. If Man City can win that, now Chelsea are playing Liverpool this weekend as well, so we have like I don't want to put the bad energy out there, but like given performance over the season, Chelsea are probably going to win that game.
I mean, that is...
It might not happen, but just given performance. So
yes. But but there was that one time where Liverpool did beat... it was a different team, though. They did have Taylor Hines and Olivia Smith. And Missy Bow-Kearns, I think.
And we took them. We took them.
We did take them. But
Man
United
United...
here as well, Man City and Chelsea in the 23-24 season, Man City only lost out by goal difference.
Yes, that's true. So could we see a similar
like
thing this year?
United are now in that race too. I feel like there's actually three of them fighting it out.
Although, and I did mention them when I said that. I did say the two United are the two Manchesters. But
you did.
Man United have suffered their first defeat of the season. And they struggled to break Villa's back line.
Aston Villa.
And they were sapped of energy. Like it was they were noticeably sapped of energy.
I wonder. Well, is that because it's their first season in the Champions League as well, and they're
maybe? Well, we have talked all season about their squad depth and not necessarily having the depth of players to be able to play back to back big games. Like they're playing PSG, and then they're playing again at the weekend. They're playing the derby, and they're playing in the cup as well, aren't they? So there are a lot of like in the subby cuppy. So
Martin's saying here that they were in the comments. God awful performance from United in the comments.
Yeah, bench is stretched.
Yeah, interesting. We did say a few weeks ago, can their performance last? And potentially no. Here's the answer.
We potentially might see a little slippage down the table, but
saying the right thing.
We'll see. So,
also, if you Aston Villa beat them, right, and obviously their name is the Villains, and what a great nickname. I was just thinking, out of the league, what would be your most wanted nickname?
Who has the best nickname in
United,
the
the Red Devils, Everton are the Toffees.
What are City?
Leicester Foxes, Citizens.
Nah, bottom.
Arsenal, the Gunners, Chelsea are just the Blues. I think.
Yeah, they might. Yeah, I like Gunners.
Are they?
I think that's strong.
I like it. I like the Gunnersaurus comes with that.
Yeah, I do
think
like
the
Red Devils. That's you think of the little pitchfork guy.
Brighton's is the Seagulls, which is a tough one because famously most people find seagulls annoying.
Yes, but Brighton does have a lot of them because it's by the sea.
Yeah, I know. I get why they called it, but no one's
even though they play in actually Crawley.
Yeah, them seagulls get everywhere.
Which is famously not by the sea; it's by Gatwick. What are are Liverpool like the liver birds? I don't know.
Do they not have like a name that's like more catchy?
I don't know. I don't know if it's... The Liverbirds. Well, that's what they're named after.
Liverbirds. Oh, apparently they're just the Reds.
Oh, come on, you Reds.
Well, it works. It works. Maybe my favourite name, but I'm going to go for the villains. If I had to choose a team based on that, the villains.
Okay,
anyway,
enough.
as you were.
I have a big question for you. A big question for you.
I'm ready.
It's a big hot topic. We touched on it earlier.
Yeah.
WSL, VAR. What are our thoughts?
Okay, I think everyone would expect me to say after this weekend's tragedy, robbery, the great mystery that will fit in with the Bermuda Triangle and
Bigfoot.
Did OJ do it? Is Stina's crotch a hand?
Right up there with that VAR in the WSL.
Well, I think I'm still going to say no. And I used to say yes, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you for why.
Tell me for why.
At the Euros, obviously, we had VAR. And I actually found it made play so stop-starty. And it really ruined some of the games for me. It just was too nitpicky. And I get that obviously football is a game of rules. What sport isn't a game of rules? But I do think, and this is where the issue is, I think you have to trust human intuition and the training, not even human intuition, the training of humans to get it right. And that keeps the game flowing. And I always thought I was on the side of VAR. But after the Euros, the way that we were looking at like a thread's difference for an offside affecting a goal, it took away my feeling for it. I think what you could have, which I would potentially agree with, the option to contest it. So per game, each team can contest 2 things.
Yeah, like, that's a good idea.
Limit, and then it can go to the footage and it can be watched. But if it can happen at any point, I think no. But I think if that, for example, that handball of Stina Blackstenius went in,
justice for Stina,
and then Lucy Bronze threw her hands and was like, I'm taking my contest, and then it had to go to they could challenge the referee, and then they have to go and check VAR, and then if they're right, they get it.
The danger there though is like if Lucy Bronze had done that, for example, and then it didn't go in her favour, then you've wasted one of your VARs.
That's the thing.
That's the gamble.
That's why they have to use it wisely. Yeah, so you can't just be throwing your hands at everything. You can't be like every goal, but like, which they do. They always raise their hands for stuff sometimes, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, even I can see that is not your ball.
I think that it's also not sustainable for every team. Obviously, because they use it in the later stages of the FA Cup and in the Champions League, and fair enough, because, for example, the Champions League matches were then played at the Emirates and played at Stamford Bridge and played at places where those big teams have access to those big stadiums, which have VAR because they're Premier League teams. Not all sides have a Premier League team attached, or have a stadium that has VAR capabilities. So you're automatically then having smaller stadiums of teams, not necessarily smaller teams, but smaller places that they play, have to invest in a system that is kind of working, but not really. And so it's a lot of investment when maybe money could go into training officials better, and maybe putting it into, that sort of support, rather than paying for a system that, there could be better facilities, research, anything like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I think VAR, probably not. But if we're not going to use VAR, this is my big question. If we're not going to have VAR, what other rule change, and people chime in the comments, and also, like in our comments on socials, what other rule would you like to see changed in the WSL? I'll go first.
Go for it.
Just to open up the floor.
Kick off the proceedings.
I think that we should implement a sin bin system. So I'm a big ice hockey fan. in ice hockey, very physical game, much more physical than football. Don't get me wrong, but there's a sin bin system. So if you have done minor fouls, you get sent to the sin bin, and it, depending on the foul, depends on the minutes in the sin bin. So, for example, high sticks, where you put your stick high, clues in the name, you get 2 minutes. Or tripping, 2 minutes. It's not that long, but it's enough to affect play, because then teams can go on what's called a power play, where it's then 5-on-4, and it makes it more exciting. It makes it more like dynamic. And then you're thinking to yourself, I'm not going to do those silly fouls. I'm not going to do those silly insolent things, because I don't want to risk being in the sin bin for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And also, wasn't there something similar to that was it the blue cards they were going to introduce? That was more like little minor things. And I also think there's been some incidents recently where they've given out yellow cards that I don't necessarily think should have been yellow cards. And I think that sin bin style, that was a little bit insolent, but it wasn't necessarily a crime. Like answering back or taking a bit too long on the ball, time wasting, stuff like that. Yeah, get in the bin.
Yeah.
And I would also like that to be what the ref says. Get in the bin.
Yeah. And also,
for 2 minutes.
I think that it would get players to think a bit more about how they're approaching things. Yeah. And it also then takes away some of the... I think it keeps the excitement in the game, because if you're getting yellow cards and then you think, shit, if I get another one, I'm going to have a red, then... It's not going to change the play so much in terms of people then holding back from like tackles and things. And I'm not saying that that's like, we should just like let people run wild, but I don't know. I think it would just bring a fun dynamic into the game. I know like that they do it in lower league, like men's games. Said here,
lower league, they do it in hockey. Like you said, they do it in
ice hockey. Do it, ice hockey.
Rugby, a yellow card gets you 10 minutes in the bin. Yeah, I like that. That's a good rule.
So there you go. What about you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I had to ask this when I was on Last Pundit Standing, and I came up with a rule that wasn't really that good.
Oh, I liked your rule because it was to do with midfield play, wasn't it?
Yeah, I brought in similar to netball that there has to be a pass in each third of the pitch so that there's more dynamic play. But it's not really an interesting rule. You know what? Kia had a really good one for men's football on Last Pundit Standing, and hers was that if the men's team lose, they don't get paid that week. And I was like, damn, that will make some good men's football.
Do you know what? Your man, Gerard Piqué, of Cheated on Shakira fame, not of football fame, of Cheated on Shakira fame, he actually said a similar thing, but it wasn't to do with, it was to do about how they played. It was, if a game ends 0-0, then you have to forfeit points. So it would make the last
like 20
attacking minutes of play really interesting, because neither team, obviously you want to win, but neither team want to, like, you know, if you get 0-0, okay, neither of us got points. But if you then think, oh, we're both going to lose points, then you're going to fight much harder.
Yeah, that's true.
And
that's
it
good.
Also, one of the criticisms of it, though, was then sometimes teams might tactically lose. I don't know why you would do that, but there was some sort of like thing about it. They should at least be fined or something. That's what Vicky says.
Yeah, interesting. I like that. Because you do leave a 0-0 game being like, what a waste of my life.
Yeah. What a waste of my money.
Nothing has changed in the hour and a half that I've been here.
But they'll still get paid the big bucks.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Interesting.
Yeah, so to summarize, we'll put a story up. We'll put a story up, and then everyone can tell us, and then maybe we'll choose a couple and shout them out next week.
Oh my god, yeah, write your justification as to why the rule would make the game better. Even if it's a funny one, tell me why. Yeah. Justify it. Amazing. Let's get your mum to make one up. I love it when Hillary gives us an input.
Hillary loves an input. Podcast. She did give us a little review for this week. And I believe she said, much better this week. You talked more about football than what you were eating.
Solid.
So
thanks, Hills.
Thanks, Mum.
tried Hillary. Right. This is a controversial one because I know some people will be like, I don't want to hear this. Well, now's your time to tune out.
Well, guess what? But you're listening.
Guess what? You're here now, but you can also leave if you want to. Anyway,
but so
I was listening to a clip the other day, and they were talking about how women's football has this extra special edge where there's so many interplayer relationships that actually it creates this environment where you're not just playing to win. You might be playing so that you've got bragging rights when you get home at dinner, or you might be playing on a team with your ex-girlfriend, or you may be playing against your ex-girlfriend, or you may be playing internationally with your new girlfriend and your ex-girlfriend all on the pitch at the same time. And they were like, it's not just, and people say it's a bad thing about women's football, but actually they were like, I think the words that they used were the men's teams are out there playing Mario Kart and women are playing Call of Duty. The stakes are higher. And I was thinking, I've spent a lot of time being like, don't invest in this kind of like, don't let anyone know that you care about this shit. But I think it's part of the reason that women's football is brilliant. Because imagine, I have lived a very lucky, fortunate life in the fact that I've never crossed paths with my exes. We lived very different lives prior to our relationships, and then we never crossed paths again. We did not work in the same places. We did not socialize with the same people. We did not have the same hobbies. However, imagine your professional football job and knowing at the weekend you have to go face your ex. Not only face them, you have to win.
Try and beat them.
Yeah. And imagine going home if the goal they scored meant that your team dropped in the table or lost in a final. So yeah, this section, I was going to Katie, I was like, tell me what your favourite one is. Go away, tell me your favourite moment on the pitch where exes or partners or whatever met. What did you call it?
I called it pitches in heat.
Pitches in heat, that was it. Ah, yes. Oh my God,
and also, can I just make an aside? For everybody, not that there's going to be anybody, but there might be somebody who's like, talking about the players' personal lives, We're not speculating. No. We're not going to be like outing people or talking about like people who don't want to be talked about. These are all very public, very common knowledge. These are all Instagram official. And also, I'm sorry, but we grew up in the era of the wag.
Yeah.
We grew up in that late 90s, thousands wag culture.
And this is better.
And so also, let us have our moment. The men had the wags and all of that. Let us have our moment. Our wags are on the pitch.
What is your pitches in heat moment? Because I've seen it come up in the comments already. What was yours?
My pitches in heat moment it has to be the Australia versus Ireland Women's World Cup. McCabe, Ford, Littlejohn, iconic moment.
And we can talk about it because Ruth has aired it multiple times herself.
Yeah. So we don't know the behind the scenes, obviously.
We can speculate.
Besides what's been said. But you could cut the tension with a knife. Now we're talking glaring, we're talking lacks of handshakes, we're talking tense over the shoulder looks, we're talking all of the drama of top flight football, because it's a World Cup, it was a group stage game.
Serious game.
Australia won.
And wasn't it one of the most contact-heavy games ever?
Yeah, there were a lot of tackles, there was a lot of beef happening. Yeah. So not only did we have all the drama of top flight football, but we also had all the TikTok edits you could shake a stick at.
Oh, it was phenomenal.
It was
the stuff that came out of that game.
The Taylor Swift songs. It was like, Karma is my boyfriend, and all of those different things happening on TikTok, and everyone was doing their little edits, and it was one of those moments where I was like,
when
love
when they
football.
got that group, oh, brilliant. For anyone who wasn't around in the football world at that time, it was Katie McCabe and Caitlin Ford had just been rumoured to be dating, I think, at that point. Obviously, now we know, very happy relationship. We were very much in love with it. And Katie and Rusha Littlejohn had just broken up.
8 years.
And then it was like before everyone knew what the situations were. So every WOSO fan ever was like waiting for this game. And then when it happened, it was like when you're waiting for something to be delivered and the outfit fits perfectly and it's everything you ever wanted and you're like, this is going to look great for the event. You're looking in the mirror and you're like, yes, the game happened and it delivered. It delivered.
Yeah, it served.
It served.
And it was all that people could talk about for quite a long time. I still get edits pop up sometimes.
All the time.
Okay, so what is yours
that
then?
Game. So I have two. My Pictures in Heat were more cutesy fun ones that I loved. So Pictures in Heat number 1, the classic, when Sam Kerr and Chrissy Mewis were at the game after Australia versus USA, and there's that picture of them on the floor, and I can't always put like,
and they were roommates.
Someone commented on Twitter, I think, friends through it all, or something like that.
Yeah.
And the comment, they're lesbians, Stacey, will live in my head rent-free forever.
We still say that as well. Like, people say that.
We say it all the time. Whenever there's someone who thinks that, whenever there's a comment about, oh, what great friends, we're like, lesbian Stacey.
Yeah.
That, because it provides the goods forever. Also, favourite, up there with the favourite in the Pictures in Heat section, is the fact that we were all speculating, but not speculating, not saying it out loud. I think we can now because it's very much Instagram official. But every game, every time that Spain have played England, Lucy Bronze and Onabadje. Because
we did definitely not listen to a video of her saying her name multiple times to try and get it right, because every time we talk about her, somebody's up in these comments telling us we're wrong.
The abuse I get, not worth it. But yeah,
so we listened to her, and in that video she actually said, I don't care how you say it.
I know, but we're not supposed to
accents.
accept that. You shouldn't do accents. Neither of us should. It's not a strong suit. But the fact that we knew everybody knew, and again, the edits they give, but the fact that they've just been against each other so many times, England versus Spain,
again
keeps on happening, and again it's happening. Is it the World Cup qualifiers again?
Yep.
Kate, no accents, absolutely. But yeah, they're two of my favourite Pictures in Heat. Big fan.
A big fan of both of those couples. Kirsty and Sam Kerr have a whole baby. Sam Kerr was injured long enough that they had a whole baby.
Oh my God, I need to tell you something funny. We were at the game on Saturday. Amy turns to me and she says something about Sam Kerr comes on the pitch, or did Sam Kerr come on? Yeah, she did.
No,
Sam Kerr comes on the pitch.
She was warming up.
She was on the side. Sam Kerr's warming up at the side of the pitch, and Amy goes, oh my God, Sam Kerr. And then she goes, surely she's going to have her baby soon. I was like, girl, that baby's like a year old.
Also, that baby was carried by Christy Mewis.
I think she knew that, but I think she meant the baby should be
Oh, right. I thought she was like expecting a pregnant Sam Kerr.
She was like, I was like, I'm pretty sure that baby was born in like February or something. And she was like,
that baby was born ages. That baby started preschool.
I thought Christy Mewis was still pregnant. I was like, what do you think she is? An elephant? How long is this gestation period? She's been pregnant forever. So yeah, Sam Kerr, for anyone who was wondering, has Sam Kerr's wife, are they married?
I don't think they are. I think they're engaged.
I think they're engaged. They have a baby.
They do.
Or at least have a baby.
They do have a baby. And now
they are
Sam Kerr's back
friends.
and scoring goals.
But they're just great friends.
Yes,
they have
just
a baby.
Friends.
But they're just great friends.
Just friends.
Just friends. Not lesbians. Friends.
I enjoyed that. I liked that little segment.
If anyone else has any Pictures in Heat moments,
again, share them with us and we will share them with everybody else. Shall we bring things to a timely close?
Okay. Ooh,
All right. Is that us?
That's us now.
I'll see you guys next week. Have a lovely week.
Do you want to do the theme out?